Hello and welcome. You're watching Simply Bewitching by Wendy, and today I'm making a St. Patrick's Day project. We're starting with a cute little printable of an Irish boy and girl. I love it so much. I've used it on jewelry and it is fabulous. I have earrings that I couldn't find at the time I was filming this, but it's the cutest set. I couldn't find anything to put this printable on, and I wanted to get it done right away. And I remembered I have foam board. Y'all, foam board is the most wonderful thing to keep laying around your house. You can cut it out with a razor blade, any shape you want. It comes perfectly smooth with just a little bit of sanding, just like some wood, and it's just fantastic. I will say when you paint it, paint both sides, because just like wood, if you just paint one side, it will warp. It's easy to bend back. You can just sort of put something heavy on it and straighten it back out. Meantime, I have put Mod Podge on the back of it, and I am just smoothing that printable on. It's just a piece of paper printed straight off of the computer. Once you get it on, you can cut it with scissors and then sand it back just like you would if you put it on a wooden surface. If you ever have trouble getting a printable to get the air bubbles out, if you take a hot blow dryer and blow dry it and use some saran wrap, it will just kind of magically flatten it out. It's amazing. My sanding block was super old and giving me trouble. I've got to stop being lazy and actually walk into the store and buy a new sanding block. Right now, I've got this thing where my husband hands me his when he's done, and I keep trying to make them work. And finally, we got most of the paper off. I think I had one area that I had to work on afterward. All right, guys, let's start decorating. There's a little piece down at the bottom that was still white because I laid it down crooked, so I just took some green paint and put it on there so you wouldn't even notice it. And I used different shades just to blend it in really well, and you honestly do not notice it whatsoever. A little bit up at the top, a little bit at the bottom. Perfect. Now, this is one of those cute little pots that you buy in the Dollar Tree. And I just took a razor blade and cut it in half because instead of looking through the clover, I decided they were going to look through the magical pot of gold. What lucky children these are. They're sitting in a field of clover, and they have 3-leaf and 4-leaf clovers all around them, and they found the leprechaun's pot of gold, y'all. I just took some hot glue and stuck that down. Now I'm grabbing some foam clay and just stuffing that down inside. Y'all, I'm getting really nasally. I'm sorry, I've had a cold for like a week. I stuck some foam clay down inside to fill it up just so that when I stick the gold coins in, one, they have something to rest in, and two, it bulks it up and you don't have to just spend, you'd have to put 2 whole bags in there just to fill that up and have them poking out the top. There's no point in that. So we filled it up and they look super cute. Back to sanding, because like I said, there was one area that still had paper on it. Now we're taking and gluing on coins on the ground because there was so many coins in this pot, and the kids running their hands through it made the gold coins pop out and roll into the yard. Now I'm just conditioning the clay. That's what that is. When you pull it and stretch it and pull it and stretch it, it makes the air bubbles come out and the moisture get even throughout the clay, which helps prevent cracking. And now I'm using a little tiny mold that's made to make resin earrings in, or you can do clay earrings. But we're just using the heart mold. It's a tiny little mold, and we're going to take the hearts and put them together to make a shamrock. If you have trouble getting your pieces out of your silicone molds, if you take a tiny little bit of oil rather than cornstarch, when you're using foam clay, use oil because cornstarch really sticks. It just doesn't brush off easily. But a little bit of oil works perfectly. There's our shamrock, and we're just going to put that in our little girl's hair. And actually, it was a little bit too big, so I took it off and I worked on it and made it a little bit smaller. And then I realized you don't need the mold. You can actually just hold the clay at a point in your hand and it will form like a little teardrop, and then you just push the center of it in and you have a little heart. And we're making a stem for our clover or our shamrock, and we're gluing it on. A little bit of Mod Podge underneath. This is a gorgeous glitterific glue glitter. It's from Plaid, and it is absolutely amazing. The glitter is beautiful, and you don't have that sprinkle of glitter going all over the house because it's actually in the glue. I love it. Y'all look into the glitterific. It comes in all kinds of colors. Then I decided I wanted to do a little bit of glitter on the little boy's hat, just for the balance of sparkle. It turned out so cute. Then I realized I needed to do something about that black pot full of gold, and I decided we would do another little shamrock. That was oil going in it. You can use cooking oil. I advise baby oil because it's clear and you won't pick up any colors. Sometimes you pick up a little bit of color. I'm out of baby oil. I'm in a kitchen and peanut oil happened to be available, so I just greased up that little mold, and you just got to put a tiny bit, like a little bit on your finger, and it'll work. So we made the little hearts, and we made the little stem, and I just put them all together. A little round button in the center kind of holds it together and hides where the little 4 points meet if you don't get them perfectly, or there's a little bit of space there. Again, a little bit of Mod Podge on the back of that. Oh my gosh, that made that so much cuter to add that to all that black. I was going to put a gold coin there, but I wanted something that would actually mold around it. A little bit more of glitterific. Now, off camera, I didn't realize I hadn't pushed play and I had stopped to talk to my son. And I came back later. I put some Mod Podge around the rim of the pot of gold, and I used some gold foil around the edge just to brighten that up a little as well. I painted up a little bit of the tree. I find that if you add actual paint into a printable or a napkin, just add a little bit here and there, it makes your printable come out looking like you actually painted the picture. This printable is designed by a friend of mine, Risa. She has a page called The Nesting Box, and it is a fabulous, fabulous place to get printables. If you're interested, let me know and I will help you get there. There I just took a little bit of paint in a color that matches the paint that's at the top in the sky, and I used the green sage down on the sides just to kind of give it a more finished look. And y'all, I think it turned out so cute. If you like this, I hope you will subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching.